All right, family. I got my man Cerebral Aptitude in the building today, man. How's everything going with you today, brother?
Good. Just sitting here working at the shop.
Excellent, excellent. So I always like to start off my interviews by asking, how many countries have you been to so far?
I think 18 or 19. I know,
Okay.
when you travel a lot, I at least tend to forget one or two.
Okay. Okay. And what would you say is like your favorite couple of countries?
My favorite countries, my favorite country, period, is Japan. I'm not going to even perpetrate a fraud. I mean, I've been there once during a family vacation for 2 weeks when I was married to my second wife. I went out there on my own after the divorce. And if I do go anywhere else outside of Thailand, Japan will be where I move. But I have to say that's probably not going to happen because they do not have a retirement visa.
Japan doesn't have a retirement visa. Oh, wow.
So a lot of people think, what?
So how do people stay out there for a long time?
I researched it. I mean, there's a lot of country jumping. There are military guys who manage it when they get some sort of embassy approval. But if I went, regardless of the money, I mean, if you put, most countries don't have a retirement visa as it is. People think, oh, we can go anywhere. No, you can't. There's a dozen countries don't allow for a retirement visa. Like Vietnam, people going there, and those are people who say, oh, Vietnam's a place. Retirement visa is nil in Vietnam. People will jump from Thailand to there because they have to leave now for, 3 to 6 months or a year. So they'll find places where they can, jump off out of Thailand. But yeah, there's not many countries. Not many Asian countries.
Okay, so I want to jump right into it, man. You had mentioned this on one of my lives, man, that you left the United States with 800 grand. All right, I know guys want to know, how did you achieve that amount of money with the investments or savings?
800,000 was, the majority of it was I'd say 50% was investing. The other half was the selling of my house. I stated that on the last two videos I made on my channel, Cerebral Aptitude, and I knew it wouldn't get in that many hits because people just want. I stated how to make $100,000 a year with working 2 hours a day, 2 to 3 days a week. People they just won't gravitate to making money. They say they want to make money. They say they want to make 100 grand. There's many ways to make. There's ways. I will never put how to make $100,000 a year if I hadn't did it myself.
Okay.
Never.
Okay, because in this community, it's a lot of guys that's trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure out how to retire early, how to lead estates, how to generate some type of online income. What would you suggest? What did you do?
What I did, I started investing 20 years ago. Well, actually, 2008, when the market crashed and where I made a lot of my money is when Citibank was going to, when they filed bankruptcy, and they didn't know if they were going to come out of bankruptcy. And the stock at that time was $1.50 a share. So I gambled, me and my wife at that time, our whole life savings at that time, which was 40 grand. And so I just said, you know what? I'm gonna throw 35,000 at it and see what happens. I mean, I don't know what it is today. I'm sure he'll put it up there. I'll put it on my channel. But it's made us our first 200,000 right then and there, period. Because they didn't go bankrupt. They filed bankruptcy, but they, Citibank's still up and, around today. But other than that, I still invest. And I know the investments you're going to ask me later, which, that gets me heated that people invest in, which is the crypto. And now I'm going to be a hypocrite here. I invest in crypto. Nothing that's going to make me bankrupt. XRP, that's for FOMO, fear of missing out. I had a little bit of Bitcoin. I bought it when it was 25,000, And I didn't sell my Bitcoin until I got to Thailand, to be honest. When it hit 6 figures, I sold it. I sold mine. I mean, I didn't make that much off of it. I didn't buy a whole token, a whole coin. But I made, I want to say I made 50 grand. Maybe 42 grand is what I made.
Okay.
Like that. But
So, I mean, that's pretty good for crypto.
Yeah, but it's one thing that I can't tell people. I don't feel comfortable telling people to invest in. That's because what other things I invest in, what I invest in isn't sexy. It's a slow roll. I'm into the indexes, the ETF. Something. If you put in 100 grand, you only make 10 grand a year. Something that's safe. That's just me. SCHD. I'm not telling you guys to do that. All right. I'm not giving you financial advice. That's what I did. So.
Okay. And you decided to open up a business when you came to Thailand?
No, I didn't. I had no intention to open up a business here. I met my girl. We talked. I was like, let me say this, first of all, why I left the U.S.
Okay.
Now, I left the U.S., I was ready to retire and I didn't know it. Something just did, after my divorce, I was divorced like 5 years until I thought about leaving. Had a whole house. I did prenup, so the house was mine.
Oh, nice.
The money was mine. I wasn't going, everything was mine. She left with what she left with. Filipino girl, 17 years marriage, didn't meet in the Philippines. Funny thing about it is, out of the 18, 19 countries I've been to, never been to the Philippines. She would go every 2 years, bring my daughter, didn't ever want to go. Anyhow, so when I felt that something wasn't feeling right, and I don't know what it was, I thought I was being weak. I thought I was being a punk.
So let me ask you this. So was she born in the Philippines or she was American? Okay. So how long has she been in America?
3 years before I met her.
Okay.
3 years before I met her, I came to Utah 2002.
Would you say she was kind of Americanized by then? Or?
No, she's to this day she ain't Americanized.
Okay.
I mean, in Utah, she has her brother, sister, mother out there. I sponsored them to come. Her daughter, I was her dad. Still am her dad. Met her when she was 16. She's 34 now, so still calls me daddy. Still have a close relationship with my biological daughter, with my former wife. But something just didn't feel right to me when I was in the States. I was like 57, 56 or 57. I'm 60 now, somewhere around there. Maybe a year and a half, 2 years before I came here. And I thought I was having some issues. Like, what do you mean it doesn't feel right? You got a house, got a couple cars. Every one of my children had a car. The American dream, as they call it. And I was like, what the hell is it? So then I start traveling, Colombia, Brazil, Dominican Republic, most of the places I'd never been before, outside the family vacations we took internationally. And I told my company, I was in corporate banking for 16 years before I came here. So we have 5 different banks internationally. One of them is in Brazil, Sao Paulo.
Okay.
So I asked my company, can I work there? And they're like, no, you can't work there. You have to work here in Utah. And so then when I made a threat and put in my 2-week notice, they were like, oh, okay, you can go there. After, 14 years, it was 14, 15 years, been there 16. They let me go, but they gave me this. They said, well, we're not paying for wherever you live. That comes out of your pocket. I was cool, I was going to go. Kept my house. And so I worked there. Everything was on me. They didn't pay for anything. They allowed me to stay for 90 days and work there at the, I still work remotely, even though we had a bank there. Their only stipulation was, don't tell anyone here at the bank. Don't tell no one nothing. So, and that is when I said, you know what, I'm leaving America. As much, and I love my country. I did 4 years Air Force. My dad did 22 years Army. My only two brothers were in the military. You know, so I'm a patriot. Not that I say I will take everything my government says word by word, but I don't hate America. You know, I don't want to see it burn down. It has a lot of problems, but I gave 58 years to the U.S. So, you know, 58 years of my life to the U.S. I said, I'm ready to retire now. So you know, and I was afraid, not afraid to leave. I was afraid my money wouldn't last until Social Security. I was like, well, I'm gonna make more off my money, you know, than wait for Social Security. So I said, you know what, just go. Sold my house, sold my car, everything I had. Everything I had. It's like I was meant to leave, maybe not meant to be in Thailand, but my house sold off the market in 14 days. 14 days. I was like, oh, whatever you're doing, it's too late to turn back now. So, yeah, that's my thing, how I left.
So I want to go back to this. You said you was in corporate banking. Would that help in your decision making as far as investments? You've seen it from both sides, you know, both sides of the coin?
That's really hard to say because there's a lot of corporate bankers, whether they're financial analysts, portfolio analysts, credit analysts. I've been all three and a couple more, whatever titles. I say that's hard to say because I had spoken to a lot of my coworkers, even my CEO. You know, he didn't think much of me till he realized I was investing. And that's when he asked me, you know, would you mind sharing your portfolio? I'm like, well, yeah, you show me yours. And that's when I was like, this dude, all he wanted to be is a CEO and the boss of the boss of the boss. He didn't think nothing of me until he knew. Well, he knew by my boss's boss, we were doing investing tips from that Citibank, you know, investment we did. You know, we didn't combine our money, but I gave him tips of why I was doing it. I wanted to stop once I made, you know, 40 grand. I was like, I'm cool. You know, it was kind of shaky to me. Then I start thinking, you know, well, put some money in this, put in some ETFs. And then a year before I left, I said, you know what, even though I'm a banker or a corporate analyst, I got to learn more about actual investing without too much risk. So I did something that none of my analysts did. I went online and literally said, what does Warren Buffett invest in? I mean, even if I had $11, you know, I still want to know what to invest in with whatever little money I had to take the risk. I tried to tell people at my job, you know, hey, you know what? Look at this company in Brazil. They're called Nubank. They were $4.40 a share, okay? You look today, and I actually look probably every other day. They're like 17 something a share now. 300%. 300 to 400% they've risen. But people don't listen to me. Now I have a little bit of shares still. I haven't sold everything. I probably have maybe 15%. But I sold that and made a little quick, maybe 38 grand, 32 grand, somewhere in the 30s. And the only reason I invested in that, not because just Warren Buffett, that's what he put his money in. You know, I don't have money to lose, you know, like him. But I start researching it. Do your research when you invest. I was like, what is Nubank? Well, they're a company that would take customers, those who are the unbanked, throughout Latin America. So I started doing research on it, blah, blah, being $4 and something cents a share. Had a couple people at my bank I worked at would invest. When they doubled their money, they got scared, pulled out. I research everything, and I mean for months. You know, I'll do a little getting in and out, you know, on some stocks for a week or two. Now, the most dangerous thing I would plead people not to do, the most dangerous thing I would beg people not to do, and I tell people when we talk about stocks, and I don't talk about it often, options trading. Options trading, just saying it scares the hell out of me. And I tell people this, you know, people try to come to me with this, that, or other. I'm like, now, this is no arrogance. I'm nothing. I'm never going to be nothing. But pretty much, if I don't know, you don't know. So stop saying, oh, I know. You gotta know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin ain't at $100,000, you know, for a whole coin now. It ain't at 90. It ain't at 80. Last time I checked, this in the 70s.
Yeah, back in the 70s.
Yeah, but people, I know, I have an idea. If you didn't do your research, don't jump on anything until you do your research, not other people doing research for you or telling you, hey guys, everyone talks about stocks. I would love to be on anyone's stream to give my input, but I probably never will for one reason. People don't listen. They'll listen, but following through, now no they don't. I put on my channel the easiest way that I did to make $100,000 a year for 9 years. I'd say 2% of the people won't do it.
Okay, so what is the easiest way?
Since it's on my channel already, I would ask you to look at the channel. Go to my channel.
Okay.
And if you think I'm full of it, you know, tear me up in the comments. And there's another one I'll put up. I was gonna say I'll put it up only if my other one gets traction, but that's not fair to people. If I'm gonna do something for people and give them advice, especially financial, you know, I'll do it.
So, but that $100,000, I'm not giving all the game, but is it like more about investing?
No.
Or? Okay.
Nothing to do with investing.
Okay. Okay.
No, bring it over here, baby. Sorry.
And I also want to ask you now. When I was in Colombia, man.
Give me a pack.
I met a ton of like Forex guys. Right. I even lost a little money, you know, during the Forex bots. What do you think about Forex?
No. Forex now options trading is actually through the whole industry the only thing that's considered actual gambling. Because you're betting whether something will go high or low. The word there is betting. Therefore, it is gambling. You don't know what company is going to go high or low. You don't know. You don't know. You're taking your best guess.
Are you talking about as far as the currencies?
As far as options trading.
Okay, option trading.
Now, Forex, all that money, there's things that I don't want to learn, like options, even though I know everything about options trading or enough about it. But if I'm that afraid of it, I don't want to do too much about it. I really don't.
Okay.
Forex is not for me, neither is options. Other than that, now I'll show him the second job I'm gonna put up that I did. All right. You can, my phone number still after 20 years the same number.
Okay.
That gives you a hint. You can hold that. Don't show your people.
I can show it.
No.
Okay. Okay. Don't.
If you cover up the number. No.
Okay.
I'll wait till my channel puts it up.
Okay. Cool.
Now, do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So that's good to today. That's good to today. I mean, that makes you $100,000 a year, even to today.
So I want to ask you this, and I know this is not any type of financial advice or anything like that. This is just maybe, you know, your suggestion. Say if a guy walked in here, he said, "Hey, man, I want to get out of the States in 10 years. I want to do it by investing." Like, what would you suggest to them?
The slow roll is, now I would suggest, I'm going to say what I did. And even though I made a good amount of money that people would consider, you know, maybe a third of what they, you know, you make 38, 40 grand in 4 months, people going to be like, hey, I'm a third of the way there. You know, if they're trying to build $100,000. That wasn't luck. That was, again, me doing research. Even though I looked at, which everyone can look at, Warren Buffett's financial statements. It's public. And I'll follow a lot of senators, what they invest in, because that is public record. There's so much information out there that people just don't look at. They just won't. They just won't. I mean, I can ask now your people will look online. There's simple things. I mean, this is silly. You ask someone why is a car named a car instead of a toaster or a piece of ice. Do you know why a car is called a car instead of a sign or a pencil? What is the word? Why car? You have to think about it, wouldn't you? Why is it called? It's short for carriage. It's simple things that people don't understand. And yet,
car is short for carriage.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I was wondering where you was going with that.
yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. I got
People
you.
don't understand that things make sense. Things have a lot of cerebral aptitude, which life is just a bunch of trivia. It's not how much you know on one subject matter. You know, people always want to be a subject matter expert.
Right.
Everyone. It's like, no, you don't.
Especially brothers, bro.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
seeing them in the comment section. I'll be like, bro, I know you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I see whole videos. I just be like, man, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Listen to this man. Yeah, sub to this man. Like this, please.
Yeah, man.
I don't have any reason to like or dislike somebody. But this brother, I knew about following for a year. I was like, yeah, let me bump into him one day. And I've turned down interviews, and I told him that before this. I've turned down 2 YouTubers. I'm not going to name their names, but it's just something I don't agree with on their channel or a lot of it. So I said no.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Did you start any businesses in the States?
Yes, the business I have on my channel that's called The Easiest Way to Make $100,000. I made almost 10 grand besides the first month I did it, which was in June or July. I made something like 40 something, 50 something if I did it for the full year. It equals 100 grand. First year I did it, the last year I did it before I came here, I made like 40, 50 grand. The other 7 years in between, I made almost 100 grand every. I never made less than 92, I should say, to be honest. I never, I believe, made more than 97. So yeah, it's not 100 grand, but that's a hiccup away from it.
Okay, because I wanted to ask you, was it more difficult starting a business here in Thailand than it was in the States?
For that particular business I did that suggested people start, yes, this. Now this was easy for me because I have and that's not me pumping my chest up, guys. You know, I'm lucky to be able for everything to connect the dots.
Was it difficult to open up a business here in Thailand?
The paperwork, you know, going to City Hall, you know, Thailand wants a partner to own 51% of it and you own 49% of it. I got my girl, a good lawyer, you know, you can have the business yourself, all of it. I'm not going to state on here how, it was all legal. I paid the lawyer from Bangkok, came down, $500 to do all the paperwork, $500. Now the business itself, you know, I bought outright because I had the money to do it. And it's, again, I should say, not that this question was asked by BMT, people think, oh yeah, business are cheap. You can buy a business for $12,000, for $32,000. I don't know any businesses we can buy them that cheap. And this wasn't $32,000. You know, yeah, I bought it for like, I want to say a little over 50 grand, and I put another 50 grand into it because it was a slop house when I bought it. It was horrible. You know, so maybe 50 to 70 grand. You can start a massage shop. And you got to understand, no business is easy on the startup.
Facts.
If my girls quit, I've had half my girls leave to go be bar girls. You know, to keep them to, you know, a lot of massage shops, they'll charge the girls out. My 4th floor is all sleeping quarters for the girls, you know, and I think all of them charge the girls, you know, I think $1,000, $2,000 baht a month. Don't charge them anything. They have sleeping quarters, you know, bedrooms, showers, sinks, toilets. So, you know, other than turning it into another business upstairs, nah, I don't need that. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not hard. It by no means is hard. I mean, it's saturated, but if you're going to have something, you know, and you're not going to make it luxury, I wouldn't just buy any massage shop. Or you just have the same dirty massage shop. You better clean it up. You better have, cute girls. You better have just what people want. Okay.
And how do you you mentioned, it being saturated. How do you deal with, that competition as far as marketing is concerned?
At first I thought, buy it, get a bunch of pretty girls. That didn't work because guys, customers were nabbing my girls. The pretty are, they're like, I'll give you a good life. Come be my girlfriend. So I've lost 90% of like that, okay? To keep them, you have to do a lot of footwork. You have to go and advertise. You have to, now I can't go nab some girls from another massage shop, but if they even walk into 7-Eleven, let me holler at you. That's when my girlfriend comes into play, Polly. Just talk to them, take a tour, because they all pay the same. The cheapest you're gonna get a massage for, foot massage is 200 baht. Everyone charges that. There are a couple that charge 150 baht, but a low price from a $6 massage to go down to a $5.10 massage, that's not gonna get customers in. You have to be well lit. You have to have things that customers want. I have a massage chair downstairs, the portable ones that you see that offices bring. Guys, if you ever see a massage shop, I've had customers tell me over, hundreds, maybe 1,000 customers that's been in my shop since it's open 1 year now. I have the only portable massage chair in Thailand. I couldn't find it in Bangkok. I had to order from Amazon. Took 3 months to get here, paid double the price. This is before the tariffs, the shipping, the price of the chair, all that. You have to give them something. I'm not saying, just be clean. Just know what you're doing. Do your research. It's helpful if you have a Thai girl. I met her, she was a massage girl a couple months after I got here. So she was my tour guide. We didn't do nothing. I mean, when I say tour guide. We're intimate. My little buddy showed me around, and after a while, I told her when I met her, "Don't tell me you love me. I don't want no girlfriend. I don't want no relationship. I didn't come here for that." So you know how women are; they just grow on you. It's like, damn, it just happens.
And a lot of people don't realize how therapeutic a good massage is, man. Especially if you go into the gym and you're active, or even if you're not active, man. That's one of the beautiful things that I like about living overseas, where a massage in America is like $100, $150 for 30 minutes. Right. But here you can get a massage for an hour. What was it, 45 minutes for
an hour.
An hour, right?
Less than $6, around $5. Whatever the conversion rate here changes a lot, guys.
It does.
Anywhere from $5.80 to $6.20 for a foot massage for an hour, all the way up to your thigh, close to your or do the oil massage for 250 baht.
Right.
It's still less than $10.
It's been times where, because I still play ball and everything. I'm in my 40s, man. My body be aching, I would think, but I go get a massage, and I had no idea that getting a massage could almost reset your body. And I don't think a lot of Americans know how important massages
because
are.
in America, how many people get massages? They're like $120 to start off.
Right.
And I'm cheap. I don't think I ever got a massage in America.
I don't think I did have either. I don't think I ever got a massage in America.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna sit there and lie and say, "Oh yeah, man, my money does this." I'm cheap, guys, and I don't know if Aaron went through the same things. Not a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house with my den on the bottom, my living room up top, huge kitchen. In my videos, I show my house. I show me leaving, selling my house. When I took all the furniture out, what I left behind, the wall-mounted TV, anyway. But America, if I was living the American dream, let's say when you see my videos and you believe me, well, he's a banker, had a house, had cars, his kids that live with him. Now, I'd want to say, people thought I left. My mom's still alive and very healthy. But my mom started worrying about me too. I had 2 sons, 2 daughters. 5 years before I came out here, my son decided he didn't like, air anymore. So he committed suicide.
Oh, I'm sorry to
So
hear that.
no,
man.
it's been 6 years now. One thing about me, I wasn't mad at him. I didn't get on my knees, God, why me, all that. You know, he had mental illness. He had the life. He had a job. You know, he never charged my son rent. Had his car. Had his girlfriend. You know, if I don't know about mental illness, I don't know who. I mean, the only way to keep his lungs running was for me to be around him every second of his life, and I can't sleep in the bed with him and fall around to work and all that. But God, you know, I couldn't fall down because I still had a son and 2 daughters to take care of, and me. So me falling down, it'd be too hard to get back up in life. So life throws, everyone's life is different. Life throws everything at everybody as an individual. You just got to get up off your butt and take care of you, because if you fall down, now you're looking for someone else to take care of you.
That's true. That's true. And last question, man. I always want to end with this question because you got a lot of guys, let's say younger guys under 25 that, you know, are seeing this lifestyle, and, you know, you can't really technically retire or get Social Security, what, you like 62?
That's when you get Social Security. Now, as you know, it may be a slip up on your part, because it's a slip up on my part all the time. Retirement doesn't mean an age. It means when you are self-sufficient to not worry about the next day, the next year, the next 10 years. It's when you make a plan, follow through with it, where you have financial stability. Retirement's not an age. It's where you know and you're using your cerebral aptitude to be able to retire. Would you agree with that?
Right. Correct.
But if I gave, your question was advice. Let me stop rambling here. Again, I'll go back, and if you get time, I know you're a busy man. You got your channel, you got your wife now. Again, congrats on that.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're living your life in Thailand. You take a look at the video I stated, how to make 100 grand. That is for young people. Well, it's for everybody. But this is something I did for 9 years out of my life while I had my analyst job, that I did for 2-3 hours a day for 2-3 days a week. If you're not willing to work let's say 2 hours for 2 days a week, I don't know what else I can help you with. You're just a lost cause. Look at it, and, you know, BMT, look at it when you get back to the crib and you're relaxing. But people can do jobs. The card I showed you, the business card, I kept it because it's that hard plastic. I did that before I got into this $100,000 job. I think I made 90-something a year on that while I was still working. I could never quit it because my family needed health insurance. I needed health insurance. The jobs I'll put up there is, you know, if you want to pay for your own health insurance, you know, these jobs may not be for you, or keep your job and do them as a side hustle. But anyone, the job I put up there, if you're not looking to make 10 grand a year and working hard, if you need an extra 2, 3, 4, 5 grand a month. But guys, come on. I mean, I would love for BMT to put my comments, send me something on WhatsApp after he looks at this job I put, this company I started, like that, within a week, with zero money. I don't know what kind of excuse you're gonna give. I don't know how else. If you're not willing to do that, I don't want to hear, help me, how do I do this? And this is so logical, people don't think about it. Like car. They just don't think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, man, I appreciate you coming on, bro. It's been a great, informative interview. Cerebral Aptitude, man. Go check out this channel. We out.
Yeah.